Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I look to sell and trade this week. The first guy, Desmond Bane of the Memphis Grizzlies. So what a good season it's been for Bane, no doubt about it. 21.7 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3.2 threes a game, and 45% from the field. So he's a guy having a career year, no doubt about it, for this Grizzly team. Hitting that three ball at a great clip, over 3 threes a game. But also a guy who's been injury prone a little bit this season and throughout his career on and off. So right now, while he's having a career year as Bane and he's lighting up the stat sheet, I think you could have a good trade, and you could trade Bane away for a guy who's struggling, but could have more consistency as the season goes on. So the last few games here for Bane: January 11th versus the Spurs, 18.6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 4 threes, 50% from the field. January 14th at the Pacers, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 5 threes, 52% from the field. And January 16th versus the Suns, 28 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes, 83% from the field. So right now he's putting up big numbers, scoring the basketball great, passing the basketball well, and he's really hitting that three ball as Bane big time this season. But right now, while he's on a hot streak and at peak value, he's definitely a guard I look to sell high and trade away this week. The next guy's Malcolm Brogdon of the Boston Celtics. So Malcolm Brogdon, a great pickup, no doubt about it, this offseason here for this Boston Celtic team. But he's a guy that's been putting up numbers a little overboard over the last couple weeks here, where once Jaylen Brown returns, I think the scoring's going to go down. So on the season for Brogdon, 14.1 points a game, 4.1 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.9 threes, and 48% from the field. But the last couple weeks here for Brogdon, 18.5 a game, 4.6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 2.8 threes a game, and 52% from the field. So like I mentioned, with Jaylen Brown out a couple weeks here, Brogdon's getting more opportunity. He's scoring the basketball a little more, being that second or third option now with Brown out of the lineup. But like I said, once Brown's back, that scoring load's going to go back to Jaylen Brown, and the shot attempts are going to go away as well. No doubt about it, he's a good player, is Malcolm Brogdon, but he's not a guy that's going to be consistent game in and game out with Jason Tatum, obviously, and Brown is the top 2 guys. January 12th at the Nets, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 threes, 58% from the field. January 14th at the Hornets, 30 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 4 threes, 64% from the field. Then January 16th at the Hornets, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 threes, and 46% from the field. So Brogdon, he's been getting hot from the 3 line of late here. And right now, while he's playing the best basketball of the season here for him, I would sell him high this week, like I said, because once Brown comes back, production's going to go down. And I think he could get a decent big man in a deal here for Brogdon. And the third and final guard I look to sell and trade this week is Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. So Brunson named Eastern Conference Player of the Week last week here, and he had a monster week, no doubt about it, on the season. In his first year in New York, Brunson's been a great player, no doubt. 22.4 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 1.8 threes, and 47% from the field. But the last couple weeks, he had 32.7 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 2.9 threes, and 50% from the field. So Brunson, he's been a guy putting up huge numbers for this New York Knicks team, and he's been a guy putting up top 30 numbers this season in fantasy basketball. So right now, while he's on a crazy hot streak where I think he's going to cool off, is Brunson. This is a perfect time to sell him high because he's at peak value, putting up great numbers, over 30 points a game over the last few weeks here. And I don't think it'll continue for Brunson. No doubt he'll get 20 a game with this Knicks team, but the levels he's playing at right now, I think he'll slow down just a bit. January 13th at Washington, 34 points a game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, a block, 3 threes, 50% from the field. January 15th at Detroit, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 52% from the field. Then January 16th versus the Raptors, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, 2 threes, 37% from the field. So right now, I think that field goal percentage has been high over the last couple weeks, over 50%. And we saw it in January 16th versus Toronto, had an off game shooting the ball 37%. But this guy still could put up points. But right now, I think you could get 2 guys in a deal for Brunson. That's how good he's playing right now. So right now, if the right deal's out there and you could sell him high, he's definitely a guy I would, because right now, Julius Randle's still the number 1 target and guy on that New York Knicks team. And then Brunson, number 2 in the pecking order. But he's having a great year. But if you could get a good deal for him, this is a perfect time to sell him high. So that's a few guards I look to sell and trade in Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season.